guys, welcome to the Homestead. So today we're going to talk about why everything is now illegal. Joel Salatin wrote a book. He said, I think it was titled, Everything I Want to Do is Illegal. And it's been, people, a lot of homesteaders have that book, and they talk about it often because a lot of the things that we do as homesteaders are on that list. And that's one of the reasons why he wrote that book, because of homesteading and homesteaders. So we enter into the realm of why all of these things are now illegal, because the whole point of the book is that a lot of these things did not used to be illegal. That we didn't have these encroachments of freedom and liberty that we see today. And people have become accustomed to that. And so that when people like us, you and I, try to go back to some sense of freedom and liberty, we, are met with opposition saying, you can't do that. And in fact, you shouldn't do that. Where we're at today. So this week I had two posts, same post, but two times removed from X. So apparently some moron said something stupid, and some wise person who had a little bit of wit responded, and it was absolutely glorious. And a lot of people shared it. And I shared it, and I tagged the original moron who posted it both times. And obviously she complained and had it brought down. I have a YouTube channel. So, okay, fine. I can't post it over at X. And I get it. I mean, if someone wants to complain on X, if you want to complain, you can, I guess, get it brought down. But I have a YouTube channel, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what I posted. All I did was tag her. I said, you got wrecked. And I tagged her. And here's the post. Julia Claire says, it's insane to me that homeschooling is an accepted practice in this country. Real teachers have to go through years of training and state certification, but an evangelical mom with a BA in marketing who isn't sure about the Holocaust can be like, no, I should be the teacher. And so Eric Voorhees says, well, it's insane to me that home cooking is an accepted practice in this country. Real chefs have to go through years of training and state certification, but a hungry father with a BA in psychology who doesn't believe in the food pyramid can be like, no, I should be the cook. I thought that was an unbelievable response. And so I shared it. And I was like, hey, you got wrecked. Because the reality is you can almost apply that with anything today. There's so many things you could apply that to. So a couple years ago, I was speaking over at the Off Grid with Doug and Stacy event. They had up there in Missouri. I believe it was either up in Hannibal. I think maybe Hannibal. Anyway, I was speaking up there, and I spoke on the topic of solar. And I basically brought into my lecture a number of tools that I think someone who's going to be doing their own solar should have, some basic tools, some safety tools, some things like that. And then I just basically talked about how I implemented my own solar, slowly but surely into my homestead here. It's an alternative energy system that I have installed and slowly built up through the years. And then I got to a point where I wanted to move over to lithium iron phosphate, and I have a guy down the road who knows way more about the stuff than I do. And he even developed his own batteries and some lithium iron phosphate batteries. And so I had him install those. But I maintain all this myself. And it's a constant learning process. But I am the first, tech service support that is called when something goes wrong. I did it all myself. And I basically explained some basic knowledge when it comes to installing these sort of systems. And I want to be able to help people and encourage them to, hey, you can do this. Well, after the lecture was over, ladies and gentlemen, I had someone who was very angry with me, who came up to me and said, it took every ounce of being that I had not to stand up and call you out and to yell and say what you were saying was wrong. Because he was an electrician, He was certified, So this is this mentality. So here's what I've done. I have managed to install an alternative energy system on my homestead that is fully functional and has been now for over a decade, and well over a decade. And now I'm off grid. I'm talking to you through my own grid, the grid that I have made. This electricity right here. It works. And here's someone telling me I can't do it, nor should I do it. And you need someone who's a professional, who's not going to get somebody killed. Yes, electricity can kill you. Getting in your car and driving to work can kill you. I bet more people, I look up the stats. Someone look up the stats for me and let me know. Maybe I'm wrong, but how many people die in car accidents versus electrocution? Let me know. I would bet it's probably the car accidents. It's probably more dangerous to drive to work in the morning. You learn some basic things. You learn some basic, electronics, positive, negative, ground, different things that are going to apply to your situation. And then you safely implement those. And, you don't have to go through NEC manual, have to be exactly the NEC code. A lot of the NEC code is redundant and not needed. It's because of a bunch of bureaucrats who've gotten a hold of that book and made it into what they want to be. In fact, some electrician years ago pointed out a whole bunch of things in the NEC code book that contradict each other. So it's this vast array of laws that no one even can keep a hold of and keep track of anymore. So is it a good guideline to understand some of these things? Yes, but you can do them. But see, this is the way it is with everything today. Okay. Education. Yes, you can be a home educator. You can educate your children much better than the system can. Make no mistake about it. You can, I better be careful here, but you can be your own, coffee, fluey person that you turn to when it comes to staying healthy. You don't have to rely on those drones that are educated by the system on what is right and what is wrong when it comes to the health of the body. You can be listen, college is basically worthless today. You can get any knowledge you want on the internet. You can learn almost anything you want. I saw a guy doing tutorials on brain surgery a couple of years back. Who knows what's on there today? Tutorials on brain surgery on YouTube. I mean, you can get flight lessons. You can get all kinds of stuff on YouTube. Now, there's actual experience I have to go through and you have to be trained in some things. I get that. But you can basically learn anything. There's no need for you to go to a college and stand or sit before a guy standing up at a podium giving you a lecture when you can get every single bit of information that he's giving you in that lecture online for free. You know what? People say, well, send your kid to a trade school. You can actually get almost everything you would need at a trade school online nowadays. I hate to break it to you. Yes, you'll get some actual experience, at the trade school, but you're going to pay thousands of dollars to go to a trade school and have someone give you, the ins and outs of small engine repair and how small engines work. You can get all that online for free. And then go out to a local junkyard, find an engine, a small engine, a lawnmower that doesn't work, and then go by the YouTube tutorials and learn, take it apart and put it back together again and learn, get that hands-on experience and learn how it works. You don't need to pay thousands of dollars to go sit at a lecture or go to a trade school and learn these things. You can learn everything there is to learn online today. Which brings me back always to the point. In Daniel chapter 12, verse 4, for you people who believe in the book like I do, that's the time of the end when people will travel to and fro and knowledge will increase. That's the time of the end. Daniel chapter 12, verse 4. And today you can get on a plane. Imagine you can get on a plane and within less than 24 hours be on the other side of the planet. Like that almost. That was unheard of back in Daniel's day or any time, even the last 100, 200 years. Unheard of. If you left on a trip like that, you probably weren't coming back. And then you have knowledge increasing. You can find every single bit of information today online. Some good, some bad, some true, some not. Yes, but it's all out there. Knowledge has increased. You can do anything. And that's what homesteaders do. You can learn animal husbandry without going to an agricultural college. Okay, you can learn this stuff online, and that's what a lot of homesteaders do. But people say you shouldn't do that. You need to leave it up to the professionals. You can become the professional today. All that information is available to you. What do you think? I'm sorry. Yes, I can get as much information as all these professionals who are paid professionals can get. I can learn what they know. Okay, and I don't have to spend thousands of dollars to go get it. And then I can learn from experience by putting myself through that experience. What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts below. One of the things I talk about here often on my channel, and one of the things my patrons over at patreon.com have learned, is that you can get books like these, herbal extracts. These were written over 100 years ago by a guy named Dr. A.B. Howard. Okay, lived 100 years ago, over 100 years ago, in the 1800s. And he printed this stuff, and then the pharmaceutical companies came along and tried to get this completely deleted out of existence. Because there's money to be made in treatments, and there's no money to be made in actual fixing the problems. So you can get something like this over at patreon.com/American Homestead. I make this available for all my patrons. All you got to do is pay as little as $1 just to get it. If I could give this away for free and make the download link on a server free, I would do that, but it costs a little bit of money to put stuff on servers, and I pay for my own server. So you go pay $1, and I'll give you a link where you can download it from my server. $1 for as little as $1 a month. I let you in the door to get this. Last time I looked on Amazon, these were over $1,000 a piece. Why? Because they're rare. Why are they rare and valuable? Because pharmaceutical companies try to get this stuff out of existence. The company that printed these went out of business in like the 1980s or 1990s. And so they're no longer in print, no longer in copyright. Again, written over 100 years ago. All kinds of color photos in here about all the tinctures and plants that they come from that you can make. It does not tell you how to make tinctures. You can get that information in lots of places. It tells you what to do with them and why. This is my medicine cabinet, folks. And I can be my own, shall we say, medical professional. I can determine things on my own without a professional, because all they're going to do is tell me a whole bunch of gobbledygook that they learned in school. They had learned nothing about health, nothing about nutrition, and they certainly didn't learn anything about plants and what was used over 100 years ago and beyond that. So you can get that, patreon.com/American Homestead. Both of them are downloadable in PDF form, and you can get them at my link down below for as little as $1 a month. You're going to get it's well worth it for $1. So check that out and get that and become your own professional. Yes, many things you want to do are illegal today. And it's only getting worse. That encroachment is only getting worse because they want to have control over your life. They want you to be the small amount of people who live in smart cities, 15-minute cities, who are controlled, and you're thankful for the porridge that they give you. That's where we're heading. But don't let them do it. All right, guys, leave a comment below. Let me hear your thoughts. Hey, also, check out our merchandise over at teespring.com. Stupid should hurt. If we had more hurt in this world, we'd have an awful lot less stupid. Link also in the description below. See you next time on the Homestead. Bye. One of the best perks about living off-grid is that I never pay an electric bill. I love being my own power company, but that means when things go wrong, I have to be the one on call. So I try and use reliable components for my power production. For the last couple of years, I have been promoting OUPES solar generators. I've been using them and abusing them, and as it turns out, they are pretty good products. They have power generators for all occasions, and they can be charged by permanent or portable solar panels, as well as AC power. They offer true lithium iron phosphate batteries, and this is important. Recently, a family in my area had a different brand that uses the less stable nickel manganese cobalt, or NMC type batteries. The unit caught fire in the middle of the night. It was a scary situation, and it caused damage to the home, but thankfully nobody was hurt. The generator, as you can see, was a total loss. This drives home the point on why it's so important to employ solar generators like the OUPES brand that uses the much more safe and stable technology of lithium iron phosphate, otherwise called LiFePO4. They offer small generators for travel or for powering an entire home and everything in between. These are great backups to have in a medical emergency, or to power a freezer full of your favorite meat products, or as I have shown in past videos, for even backup AC and DC power sources for ham radio communications. If the grid goes down, you're going to be thankful you have one of these units. You can find the link in the description of this video, or click on the banner ad found on the front page of our website at AmericanHomestead.com. Right here, that banner ad right there on AmericanHomestead.com. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.